Christopher Heidel, Herb FM Radio.
Hey, Coach Franklin, how you doing?
Good, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. What are the three keys this weekend to pull out a victory at another primetime game up there in State College under the lights? And last time you guys played up there, you had a very good game against Ohio State.
Well, I think the biggest issues are, if you look at what Iowa does, and they do a great job of protecting the football. On offense, they don't make mistakes. That's something that they do extremely well. I think they're, number 7 or something in the country in turnover ratio. So they do a great job of that defensively. They're one of the better defenses in the BigTen and in the country. They're great up front on both sides of the ball, the O-line and the D-line. And that's how they've been built, always have been built, especially with their head coach. In his background as one of the better line coaches in the country. And then on special teams, they're able to take advantage of the playmaker they have in Desmond King, not only as a defensive back, but in the return game. So we have to limit his impact in the game on special teams. We got to find a way to win the turnover battle, and we got to play great up front in what's going to be a physical game. And then the other thing for us is we got to have a home field advantage. We need our fans and our alumni and our lettermen and everybody in that stadium rocking, so we have a great home field advantage.
And talk about your run game. It seems like the run game is getting back to, it's been very, very effective this year. So is this just something you guys worked on in the off season to get it better?
Yeah, it just comes down to development of our offensive linemen. When I got the job, we had 9 scholarship offensive linemen in the program. Now we're back to 17. And Matt Limegrove, our line coach, is doing a tremendous job. Obviously, we have a difference maker in Saquon Barkley, which helps. And then we have mobility at the quarterback position. So the combination of all those things, like most things in life, it's not one thing. It's a number of things. And it's something that's very important to us is being able to run the ball. And we've made a commitment to it.
Well, good luck this week.
Thank you, sir.
FM Radio.
Hey, Coach. How you doing?
Great. How are you doing?
Doing great. Let's talk about the first two games between you took over the team a couple weeks ago. Have you seen a difference in the players getting ready for these two? I know you had a couple losses last week against Penn State. You had them on the ropes until the second half. What do you see with your players so far?
Well, I tell you what, I think I've been very open with the changes we made, and again with respect for Coach Hayes on what he did for the players here. But change did happen, so in that we have seen a tremendous amount of change and went through a lot of changes, some little, some big. And our players have taken it and run with it and really embraced a new belief and how fast we moved during practice, a new belief in how we have to step forward to become a winning program and all those things, and we're still working on the part of continuing that belief when things get hard, There's been no question we came out of the locker room and played very strongly and played at a high level, especially the first 2 quarters of each game. And then we've had some issues and kind of sputtered out those things in the second half and all those things. But the kids have really bought into a lot of change and really embraced it, and we're certainly hoping to keep on working on them and give them all we've got to help them become who they want to be.
Right. And you're thinking about Minnesota this week on the road. First thing is, how's the weather up there? And secondly...
yeah. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And secondly, what's the 3 keys for you guys to pull out a victory?
Good questions. You obviously always in November headed up north further than where we're at. You always are concerned with what the environment will be. But knock on wood, I think we're at about 75 degrees and sunny here today, and going to be a warm week. And then up there for game day, it's looking like it's going to be 60s and sunny. So weather won't be an issue as far as fall and all those things and cold weather. And then the second part of your question, you would say the 3 keys for us will be continuing belief that we can go up there and play winning football and get our guys playing hard and let effort not be the issue. The other 2 keys are going to be pretty simple. We're going to have to stop the run and find a way to battle them against their run game, and then on our offensive side, we're going to find ways to execute, give ourselves short fields and good chances to go get the ball in the end zone to answer back to what they're going to do to us.
Yeah. Well, Coach, good luck this week and safe travels.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Hey, Steve, congratulations on the first ACC win in a couple years. Can you hear me?
I do. Yeah, I said thank you.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. My phone's not whacking, not working well today. Talk about playing Louisville. What do you see on film? I know they're a tough team. You know, they have that running back that everybody's talking about. You know, how are you going to get him to? How are you going to stop him?
Well, I mean, it's hard to stop anybody on their offense because they have so many weapons, whether it's the quarterback, the running back, the receivers, the tight end. They're multi-talented. So if you focus on one area, you're going to get beat on another. So I think you got to play great team defense, and we've really got to do a great job of rallying to the ball and being multiple. But it's going to be quite a task for us.
Well, good luck on Saturday.
Title, Herb FM Radio.
Hey, Coach Larry, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I know you're taking on an option team this week. How do you get yourself ready for that? And secondly, how you get yourself recovered from a 1 week playing an option school, and then next week back to a team that does more like I formation, more spread offense?
Well, first of all, getting ready for the triple option, you have to do a really good job with your scout team. I mean, and they have to execute, so that you can give as good a look as possible, because that's the only way you're going to get any kind of look. The problem is that you still won't get game speed. And so, it's always going to take a couple of series before your guys adapt to that game speed. So it's like they're a half step off in a lot of situations. And so, there's no way that you're going to, unless you run the block, you're going to be able to simulate that in a game. And then, we'll have to do like we do every week. I mean, it is more difficult because it's a short week and all those things, but we got to turn it around, and we got to turn the page, and we got to move on to whatever the next offense is.
And talking about Paul Johnson, what type of coach is he? He's always a good coach. Always the teams are always ready to play, and they always are a tough team to play, no matter if it's September, October, November, or maybe January.
I got a lot of respect for Paul Johnson. I mean, it doesn't matter where he's been. He's always very difficult to play. His guys are ready to play. I think he's a heck of a football coach, and he's, he's always, if you watch him, when he figures out what you're going to try to do defensively, because the other part, that Paul has to deal with is Paul doesn't get to watch your team on film playing option football. Well, he doesn't ever really know exactly what your scheme is going to be to try to stop him until you get in the game. And so he has to have answers for everything. And he's been running this offense so long. I mean, it's pretty easy for him to make those adjustments.
Thanks, guys. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
One for question, star 1. We'll go to Chris Heidel, Herb FM Radio, Baltimore.
Hey, Jimbo, how you doing?
All right, Herb, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. Talk about NC State coming up. It's another road game. We've been down there. It's been a tough environment to play against NC State. Are they improving every year since they have the coach who came from Northern Illinois?
Oh, no doubt. I mean, they're extremely difficult. We had an unbelievable game up there a couple years ago. Our game down here last year, they jumped on us. We turned the ball over. They played outstanding football. We were very fortunate to be able to come back in the game. They have a very tough environment to play in. They're extremely well coached. I mean, they're a very good football team.
And this season's been a tough season for you and the rest of the team. Is this one of your tough seasons that you're going to try to get your players focused on? Because I know losing 3 games in the season is unheard of in Florida State.
Yeah, I mean, but our kids are focused. We're probably as focused as we have been. Like I said, we're playing very well. Unfortunately, come up one play short in a couple games, and we got to learn to get through that. But our kids have great attitude, great demeanor, playing very well, playing very hard, practicing very well. Had great practices all week this week, and had great last week. So we just got to keep improving.
Well, have safe travels to Raleigh.
Thank you.
Hey, how are you? Hey, it's Chris Heidel from Herb FM Radio. How bitter was it to last week you got Louisville on the ropes, literally on the ropes at the last minute of the game, and they came back and won it? What's the feeling like around there this week getting into Wake Forest?
It's feeling really good around here. We still building momentum going on to the next game, and we're ready to play. We're just going to keep it going, and we're not going to have a setback by nothing. We're going to trust the process of what's going on, and we're just going to keep fighting.
And what do you see with Wake Forest, their offense? What do you see? They're switching back and forth between quarterbacks because of injuries. So what do you see so far?
they're a solid team. We're just going in there, just getting ready to, run out their runs that they have and, the real pass game that they have. But, they're a solid team, and, we're just getting ready for them, and we just got to go out there and play our best.
Thanks, Quinn.
Thanks, Quinn.
Yeah.
Doing good. How about yourself?
Not bad. It's a nice, beautiful Tuesday around here. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Yes, sir.
So, all right, Austin, talk about this week. I know last week you guys played Georgia Tech, and it looked like a slugfest. A unheard of Georgia Tech and Duke game, a slugfest, pretty much. So, what do you guys have to learn this week when you guys take on Virginia Tech, another team that can put points?
So we know that we're playing against a really good team defensively with Virginia Tech. They have a good scheme. They have a great defensive coordinator, and they're probably one of the most disciplined teams I've seen. And so when you combine the passion and effort that they play with and with that discipline, it makes them a really good defense. And so we know we're coming to face a good defense. And our main point of emphasis as an offense is physicality up front. We know that if we're physical and we move those big guys around there, we can create holes with our running backs and with quarterback and receiver. So it's just more about physicality, especially from an offensive line point. That if we can move them off the ball and continue to push and build momentum that we had from Georgia Tech when it comes to running the ball and getting yards, if we can do that against a team like Virginia Tech, it would be really helpful for us to be physical.
Yeah. Well, last week your quarterback got rookie of the week. So I guess for you being a center, I guess you get part of that pretty much.
Yeah, I would say I get some. I always tell Daniel that I touch the ball every play, and remember that I'm part of most touchdowns, so you should remember that. But Daniel's done a great job. I think he deserved that ACC Rookie of the Week. He did a great job. I think he's a great quarterback, and he's a good friend, great teammate all around. I'm really happy for him.
Yeah, well, talk about his development, because at the beginning of the year he was throwing more interceptions than I want to say, Flacco in the NFL. And now he's look like he's cutting back on the turnovers. So what have you guys been working on in practice to keep his? Is he focusing better, or is he just making better throws?
So he's obviously growing up as a quarterback. Obviously, when you're a redshirt freshman, your first few games, there's a lot of things you don't see. And I think a lot of his success is into the experience he grows each game. Being a more experienced quarterback, you're able to learn the coverages easier, know what to expect, and know what throws to make. And I think that in practice, he's been really taking the time to try to learn coverages more and become a more experienced quarterback. As you can see, he's getting better as the games go on. And I contribute a lot of that to his experience and the leadership that he's grown with. For someone that young, he's really emerged as a positive reinforcement for our team with the leadership he possesses, all the energy he has.
Yeah, and plus he has a good coach who used to coach a lot of good quarterbacks over his time. So I guess your head coach is showing him some steps that might become a better quarterback down the road. True.
What?
True, but Coach Dave, he used to coach all those good quarterbacks like Peyton Manning and Eli Manning. I guess he's showing Dave's showing Daniel how to become a better quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Cutcliffe, obviously he's coached some of the best quarterbacks. He's coached Peyton, Eli Manning. He coached Sean Renfrey, who did very well. Thad Lewis for Duke. So he has a really good reputation when it comes to quarterbacks. And I think he's done a great job with working with these young quarterbacks, especially Daniel in his year, working with him, helping him make the right reads, and obviously him working with Coach Roper a lot. I think Coach Roper's done a great job helping Daniel grow and teaching him the things he needs to be a successful quarterback. And I think a lot of that attributes to guys like Thomas Irk still being around. Even though Thomas isn't able to play, he's still in the meeting rooms helping him out and being a great leader off the field when it's in the film room and helping him make the reads.
Yeah. One last question for you. Tough season so far. I know last year you guys won the bowl game up in New York. Good overtime thriller against Indiana. And then now this year, 3-6. Slowly. How are you guys going to turn this around in the last month and a half to get to hopefully another bowl game?
So we always, one thing we've always talked about is November is when good football teams emerge, because it's the end of the season, and that's when the time that you need to play your best football. And so today is obviously November 1st, and we know that if we win in November, we'll be fine. So we're just thinking, this needs to be our best month of football, and we need to take each game and make it our best game.
Earlier, what are you doing what are you studying at West Virginia? And what?
I'm studying.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm studying exercise physiology. It's a business and minor in business and communications. I'm already done the ex-phys and the business. Right now, I just picked up a comm minor for my last year, and I'll graduate in December.
Mm-hmm. And one last question I have to ask you about Kansas. I know you saw him on film. Just talk about their quarterback. What does he look like, Kansas' quarterback?
I mean, he has weapons on the outside, and he can sling it around. They'll bring in some different, they'll switch military him a little bit, but, I mean, they have potential to run the ball, a quarterback run. I mean, just different areas to watch and keep a hold on, keep a tackle on it. I mean, but it's all about just limiting their big play potential and slowing them down.
Yeah. Well, Justin, thank you so much. I know you're a busy guy. I appreciate it. Good luck this weekend, and I hope to see you at the Tyler Horaszewski. Yeah, and he's one of the linemen for the Mountaineers, the offensive lineman. So, Tyler, thanks for joining us. Talked about last week, tough loss in Stillwater, but still a pretty good season going on right now for you guys. So, how are you gonna get through this bump in the road and get back on the winning way?
Yeah, it was a tough loss. It was a loss that I think as a team we realized that we beat ourselves in that game. 3 turnovers that were pivotal in that game, and I think going into this week I think we're restarting. We're in our minds we're taking our record at 0-0. We got 5 more games to play this year, and this is a game that we can't take lightly. We have to be focused. I think it's be a good game, and I think come Saturday, I think we'll be back on track.
You're taking on a Kansas squad. I want to say they've been struggling for a couple of years. Just what do you see on their defensive side? It might give you a problem trying to protect your quarterback.
Yeah, they're a well-coached team. I think their head coach has done a really good job of building that program up from the ground, and I think their defensive line are good. They got good guys up in the middle and have a good defensive end, and they have solid linebackers. And I think it's a team that we can't take lightly, and we got to stay focused and get better at communication and our technique up front, and I think we will this week.
Mm-hmm. Well, talk about playing at home. You guys are doing well at home this year. Just talk about you guys playing there at that beautiful stadium. And it was 125 years of football for you guys. So what's it like this year in Morgantown?
Yeah, I mean it's a great place to play. I think the environment that we have is a great college environment for any team to play in, and I think our fans are some of the best in the country. And then you put a night game in this week, and I think they'll really come out and support us. And I think it's just a great place to play, and I think it's an honor to play here. Like you said, 125 years of football and we play here, and it's just a great opportunity for us on Saturday. It's a great environment to be playing in.
Yeah. Talk about your quarterback. It seems like he's improving each week. So it was like having Howard behind, hiking into him, or the offensive line protecting him.
Yeah, I think Skyler's done a great job this year. He's realized his role as the offensive leader, and he does a great job of getting the ball to the playmakers, our running backs, our receivers, and I can't speak enough about how much Skyler, how much he cares about this team, and just his ability to bring guys around him and have those guys play at their top level because he's able to get that out of them. And there's no better person I'd rather have behind me than Skyler Howard right now. I don't think.
Yeah. One last question. What are you studying education-wise there at West Virginia?
I have a degree. I graduated with an undergrad in psychology, and then I'm working on my master's right now in corporate communication.
Oh, okay. So you can actually help the quarterback during the game. Make him feel better because you have that degree now. That's good. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready to start consulting people, but I have the degree that says I can. But I don't know if I'd be so comfortable with that yet.
Yeah, just let the coaches do it. That's not your job, you know.
Yep.
All right, Tyler. Well, have a great day. Enjoy your practice and the rest of school, and I hope to see you at the Oklahoma game later this month.
All right, thank you.
All right, man. Take it easy.